Well, welcome guys. Welcome to another Let's Play. Welcome to Dot Hack Infection. Now, this was the first of 4 games that were made for the PlayStation 2 that are essentially sequels to the Dot Hack Sign anime. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the anime, Dot Hack Sign was an anime about an MMORPG called The World, and it was about mainly focused around a player character called Tsukasa, who could not log out no matter what he did. It was a fairly interesting anime at the time, I should think. I liked it anyway. Anyway, this game I feel like hasn't aged very well, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Alright, we're gonna have the voiceover set to English. Sound volumes are good. I'll turn the vibration off. Alright, we want movie text on. Okay, so, let's get this started.
Der Mann des Schattens, auf der Suche nach dem Abendrachen, ist noch nicht zurückgekommen. Der Herd der Finsternis grollt. Helba, Königin der Finsternis, stellt schließlich ein Heer auf. Alparon, König des Lichts, grüßt sie. Und sie treffen sich am Fuße des Regenbogens. Die verfluchte Welle muss gemeinsam bekämpft werden. Der See von Alba brodelt. Der große Baum des Lichts fällt. Alle Macht zerfällt zu Tropfen im Tempel von Arche Köln. Wesen ohne Schatten, ihre Welt zerfällt zu nichts. Der Mann des Schattens auf der Suche nach dem Abenddrachen kehrt niemals mehr zurück.
Epitaph of the Twilight, huh? Interesting stuff.
Okay, user registration is done. Now for a name. Yasuhiko's probably already there waiting for me. I'd better hurry.
Registration process for the world is finished. Reconfirming your name and character name. Now, we could call him Kite, because that's what the main character's canon name is, but I'm just going to call him my character name. I think he'll... Oh, I don't even think they ever say his name in game, actually. Oh, but Kite is his canon name, though. I'm going to call him my character name, though. So that's good for the username. Oops. There we go. And same for the character name. we go. Yep, let's proceed. User registration is approved. To start the game, select the world from your desktop. Please enjoy the world. Well, I'll try to. You have mail. The system of the world has been updated to version 2.75. With this update, the following elements have been added. Monster tolerances, elemental hits, treasure chest items, yeah, blah 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 blah. Thank you for registering. This is a notification mail to complete the registration process. The world is comprised of several servers. The adventure begins by inputting codes at the Chaos Gates and Root Towns, which are located in each of the servers. Let me introduce each of the servers and Root Towns. Aqua Capital Makanu, Highland City Dunloriag, Cultural City Carmina Gadalika, Aerial City Fort Oof, and Relic City Leafale. I think that's what it says anyway. Now we're going to be starting off in Makanu. I think that's the Delta server, if I'm not mistaken. Now Yasuhiko is Kite's real-life friend. What kind of character are you? Oh, and like I said at school, you'll regret it if you use a smart-ass name. I'm Orca in the world, so keep that in mind. Don't call me by my real name. You could be a different person when you're there. Well, more like the guy you want to be. Anyway, I'll be at the Root Town. Okay, so we're gonna meet this Yasuhiko guy in the game. Or Orca, as he's known there. Now these news articles are just detailing events that are happening outside of the game as you progress through. The world tops 20 million. It's the highest selling game in history. Go figure. So this is essentially how people play the world in this universe. They use this headset thing. Which, in .hack Sign, caused at least one person to be caught in the game for an indeterminate amount of time. It also caused some people to go into comas. I'm not going to read every single one, but I will, like, skim through it. Now, the Pluto Kiss event, I think that's talking about what happened in the old version of the world. I think, anyway. Let's change to Blue Moon, because I like the color blue. Alright, so, let's start up the world. Now, this is the board where people just post questions and stuff. Now, there is a lot of stuff to go through. Most of it is mainly, like, basically tutorial stuff. I'm not going to go through every single one, because it would take way too long. It'd just be easier to explain the stuff as they come up if needed, so I'm not going to look at this stuff right now. Let's just log into the world for now. Aqua Capital, Makanu. Alright, we made it.
Hey, you made it.
That's what I just said.
Hey, it's me, Orca, the Blade Master.
Whoa! You look so different from the real Yasuhiko. Nothing like the real you.
Hey, in this game I'm Orca, regardless of what I am in reality. I'm pretty well known here. What?
No, you look great.
Little smiley face.
Anyway, take this.
You now have Orca's member address.
Member address is the flashmail address you can only access in the world.
Now, be prepared for a whole bunch of tutorial stuff from Orca. We're gonna be here a little while.
With flashmail, you can exchange messages with others in real time, as long as you are in the world. It's mostly used by newbies to contact other players to form a party. Try it out by inviting me to join your party. First, press the triangle button to open the menu. In the menu, select Party. Next, select Add. Names of players who gave you their member addresses will be listed here.
Yes, I know how to add people to my party, Orca.
Choose a player you want to invite to your party and send a flash mail. Since you just started, you probably only have my member address. Now, press the X button twice to send a flash mail to me. Ah, got it. Join my party. It's kind of weird mailing each other when we're face to face.
Okay, so he's part of my
See?
party now.
My name appears under your screen. That means I'm in your party. By the way, flash mail is only available when you're in a town. Oh, and you can't contact people when they're not logged into the world. People do have a life, you know. We're not online 24/7. In other words, you can't always count on the same members to form a party. So, try to get as many member addresses as you can. You'll have more fun that way. Well, how you play is up to you. But since EXP and stuff isn't divided among party members, you really don't benefit if you go solo.
No, he is right
Okay.
about that.
Well, why don't we head off? There's nothing to worry about. I found a perfect place for newbies. This is the Chaos Gate, a sort of transfer device that takes us from one place to another. Now, press the X button. In the world, each play zone is called an area, determined by a combination of 3 keywords. Select New Keyword. This is the keyword screen. At the top is the entry plate. You put the 3 selected keywords one by one for each part, A, B, and C. Left of the entry plate is all the keywords you have. You can collect more of them by reading your emails, the board, and from other players. Now, let's enter some keywords by starting with part A. Select bursting from the list. Good. Next for part B, select passed over. For the last one in part C, select aqua field. Now you're done specifying the area. Oh, one more thing. You see the symbol on the left next to the keyword? That's the server symbol. It indicates which server you are currently logged on to. This symbol is Delta, so we're logged on to the Delta server. The list on the bottom right is the area status list. See the jewel next to the field type and dungeon? That indicates how the selected keyword affects the status. For example, check the field type. See the jewel on the right? This means that the field type is being determined by aqua field, the keyword in C. We don't know what kind of field the current keyword will create until we get there. But once we learn the effect of that keyword, we can combine it with other keywords effectively. For more details, check out the board on your own time.
So essentially, just pay attention to the colors which denote what type of element is going to be present in either the dungeon or the field. And basically the jewels that pop up show that, you know, if there's monsters, there'll be a jewel there. If there's items, there'll be a jewel there, so on and so forth. It's really not that difficult to understand, really. And mixing all the keywords together, usually I typically just pick random keywords if I'm like trying to level or something. But for the most part, you get all the keywords you need for like story missions and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that too much.
All right, let's get going to the Delta bursting passed over aqua field. Select warp.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so our first field, the bursting passed over aqua field on the Delta server.
Before we get going, let me explain to you about the camera control. During the game, enemies will attack from all directions. The idea is to adjust your view quickly to see your enemy and grasp the situation. I'll explain more later, but remember, you can only use skills on targets you can see. Basically, if you don't use the camera right, you'll be dead before you know it.
Good to know.
First, rotate the camera. Push either the L1 button or the R1 button to move the camera.
Okay.
Good. Next, let's zoom in and zoom out. You can zoom the camera in or out by using the right analog stick. Try it. Yeah, that's it. Finally, you reset the camera by pushing the R2 button. There you go. Remember, when the battle starts, constantly adjust your camera. Okay, and this is the field. It's the lowest level in the area. When you want to return to the town, press the triangle button and select Gate Out from the menu. Grassland, wilderness, and jungle are some of the field types. You can set them with keywords. The combination of field type and weather determines the area elements. For example, if it's a grassland and it's raining, that area will be a water element stage. The elements also affect the type of monsters that will appear and the items you can get. Don't worry about it now. As you get used to it, combine words to get different elements. Now, let's get going on our quest. First, check the map at top right. You see the red down arrow on it? That's the gate to the dungeon. In the dungeon's deepest level, there's a Got statue that usually holds a rare item. Basically, the goal is to reach this statue. But enemies are often tougher down there, so gain some levels above ground before you head below. Okay, wait a sec. By using the fairy's orb, hidden data on the map becomes visible, like this. Yellow areas on the map show magic portals, where you encounter monsters and treasures. All right, how about we go pick a fight? Head for one of the magic portals.
So yeah, basically, the fairy's orb always reveals where all of the magic
For a
portals
basic
are on the
attack,
map.
Approach the target and press the X button. But try using a basic attack to defeat some monsters.
Okay, Orca. Goodbye to the goblin.
You've started to get the hang of it, right? Okay, let's try using skills. Press the triangle button to open the menu and select skills. Okay then. Choose Rep from the list. When the target cursor appears, select the target and press the X button to execute. That's it. Pretty easy, huh? You can target a party member for recovery or remedy skills and the enemy for attack skills. Remember, you can only apply skills to targets within your view. Before using a skill, adjust the camera so that your target comes into view. Well, you must be sick of me at this point.
Just a tad.
It's your turn to tell me what to do by using chat commands. Okay, I'll teach you the command to get your members to heal. Okay then, press the square button to open the menu. Next, go ahead and choose First Aid from the menu. Well, it's good to be the boss, isn't it? If you use it well, you can bunch up on the enemy or give separate orders to each party member. When you add new members to the party, try various chat commands to see their effects. That's it for now. Just remember what you learned and start exploring. When you think you're ready, we'll head for the dungeon.
Okay, so the tutorial's finally done for now. Now, Orca is right. Before we head into the dungeon, we should fight some enemies, just to gain a little bit of experience. Now, when you first start out, be prepared to be missing a lot. It's unfortunate, but you are just going to be missing left, right, and center. You essentially have the accuracy of a stormtrooper. Luckily, at this point, we have Orca with us, so we really don't have to worry about much, though. I mean, he has, like, what? Oh, he's level 50. Good to know. But yeah, there are a few different classes in this game, but you're stuck with as one class. Kite is a twin blade. Orca's a blade master. No, yeah, he's a blade master. There's also the heavy blade class, the long arm class, and wave masters. Wave masters are essentially mages, and long arms use spears.
This spring has a strange feel. Maybe I should throw in a weapon or a piece of armor.
Do I have... Oh, I have nothing to throw in. Never mind then. You can basically throw your pieces of equipment in there, and depending on the answers you give to the guy there, you may either get something better or something worse. So, try your luck. Now, there's no other magic portals on the field, so let's head into the dungeon. And it's time for more
we can start
tutorials.
Exploring the dungeon. One thing you need to remember is that you can't gate out when you're in a dungeon. To gate out and return to the town, you have to go back to the field. The sprite Ocarina will warp you to the surface, but you can't use it during battle. This is the treasure box, but you knew that, right? You should know that there are two types of treasure boxes, normal and booby-trapped. This one's normal. Hit the X button to open it.
You now have Resurrect.
This one's booby-trapped. Notice a different color? Try to open it as is, and you're screwed. Just use the fortune wire on it. This item will disarm the trap. See? Now it's safe to open. Press the X button to open it.
We now have a green gale. So yeah, essentially if the treasure chest is brown, you can open it normally, but if it's blue, you have to use a fortune wire on it. Huh? It's a girl. She's being chased by that huge thing.
What the? Did you just see that?
Yeah. Was that thing chasing her?
Yeah, but something like that on this level?
Strange. Now, I believe that girl was actually Aura. Oh, another thing I guess I should mention. In this game, your HP does not generally regenerate, but your SP does. So don't be afraid to heal with, like, reps and stuff if you need to. It's a dead end. That girl. There's treasure here. Got a speed charm. You can also use the fairy orb in dungeons to reveal the dungeon paths, but for the most part I usually don't use it in dungeons, I just use it on the field. You're usually better off exploring the dungeon anyway.
Better watch out. We're trapped in here.
Uh-oh.
In the dungeon, there are rooms with traps everywhere. The only way to get out of a trap like this is by activating all the magic portals in the room. All right, let's charge to that magic portal.
You got it, Orca. Nice. Okay, further down we go. Essentially just let Orca solo everything in here. Oh good, a healing potion. All dungeon portals open. That's good to know. Now I believe the Got statue is to the north here. It's a pretty short dungeon.
This is the room where the statue is. There's only one of them at the dungeon's deepest level, and you can get rare items from it. That's enough adventure for now. Let's grab the treasure and get back to town, shall we? If we had a Sprite Oak Arena, we could warp out of here. But we don't have one. So we gotta go back the way we just came.
How typical. So we have steel blades, a grunt doll, and yellow candy. Neat, I guess. Well, that's definitely an upgrade, so I think I will equip that. Okay, let's get out of here. Huh? Is this supposed to happen? Oh, it's that girl again.
Or was the rumor true?
Take this. Huh? Please take this. There's no time. Please.
What's this?
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user.
You're...
It's coming.
Uh-oh. It's that monster again.
Run. It'll kill you. What the hell? What is this?
Orca doesn't stand a chance against this thing.
Nothing works.
Uh-oh. And Orca's just been data drained.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm sorry. Get out of here!
And now it's coming after us. What the? Did somebody just save us? Well, that's not good. Whatever that book is, Kite has it now. Ah, so you're the one who saved us. Now that is Helba.
What was wrong with Yasuhiko? Why was he upset?
But yeah, that is Helba, and I believe she's actually a hacker. but we'll learn more about her later.
I wanted to ask him, but he wouldn't even pick up the phone. And then, the next day, I found out that Yasuhiko had been hospitalized.
Oh dear.
I rushed to the hospital, but they wouldn't even let me see him. But I guess it's better this way. I didn't want to see him all week, and he wouldn't want that either. But what the hell happened to him? I have a feeling that the key to it is somewhere in the world.
Just maybe there, Kite.